He was surprised because it was the first time he heard his mother saying something less good of his beloved mayor. That company's director should be quite impressive. He left the sports over the center table and kept on listening, this time paying more attention all his mother was saying about the ceremony at the future factory's land. The story lasted until the dinner time, and the TV gossip show commanded Hortensia's interest. The following day, at the bar, among the general euphoria owed to the future the progress promised, Lois saw on the newspaper's front page the painting his mother had described. A bunch of pretentious surrounded by hills. He read the caption. From left to right it said. He counted with his finger on the faces up to number 5. Cesar Bergondo Garcia, President. Read Lois watching the clothes he was wearing. President. Lois repeated aloud, thinking if it was more than director. This time his mother was right. You could notice he was classy. The people in the background on the inner pages too. They should be his people. He took a look to the ground, damp for the condensation and the nervous steps from a match day. The walls smoked for the potatoes, the croquettes and the octopus portions, the worn-out paintings and the rancid spirits bottles. No, she is really right, Lois said again. Of course he is man. One of his friends hugged him, referring to the mayor's statement on TV. Have another beer, Lois. No thanks, friend, I had to leave. Lois regretted while he took some coins out of the pocket to pay. He went out of the bar, realizing how dark the inside was and drawing in his head the design of his mother's idea and his dream. He recalled there were at the square 2 buildings they had time ago some kind of business he hadn't even got to know, and now they had the shop windows shielded with posters. The square was a nice place, bright. On one side there was the council building, which wasn't such a thing. On the others, creating a rectangle, there were some beautiful houses with little business. Most of them survived, thanks to the people from the council. Clothes, shoes, books, a colonial grocery, a jeweler's, a sewing machines shop, an art gallery. It also was next to the museum, where he had never been, but increased the fee. I didn't see any sign of it was for sale, Lois told his mother. Sure, it's covered. They had a lot of trash there. Which one do you prefer? Hortensia, moved by her son's attention, asked. The one next to the bookshop. It looks larger. At least its shop window is bigger, Lois thought. In a few days, Hortensia knew the family tree of everybody that had passed through the closed place. It had been a haberdashery before, and before that a cafe, and before some other thing nobody remembered. They got close, one and the other, because the owners, all from the same family, were very keen on casinos and bets. Well, not exactly for that, but because it was expensive to support. Once they found the sellers that almost were used to the idea of not getting rid of the last glimmer of their failure, everything was fast. Lois did the imagining and Hortensia did the organizing. There wasn't any delight, but Lois had very fine taste and he almost spent all the money. Luckily for him, he didn't work out the costs after lunch in the cafe, and the minuseness didn't curb the taste. And what if nobody comes in? Lois despaired. They will. Hortensia calmed him down. And they did. without the need for Hortensia to hand the flyers they had prepared out. At 8 o'clock in the morning, Lois opened the most modern cafe of the city's doors. It still smelled of paint and disinfectant, and just a second later, the first civil servant stepped on the polished marble floor. Lois had to change the opinion he had about civil servants. He understood they didn't used to get up early. In time, he went back to the original idea. They spent more time there than at work. "And how is working for the council?" Vigo asked. "Not a big deal," Viviana answered. "You don't seem very thrilled about it," Vigo said. "But I don't do much either," Viviana regretted. "You did it very well today," Vigo encouraged. "No way. I still have to check some notes I took because I had it so badly prepared that I didn't understand a pair of details," Viviana said modestly.